A man who killed his younger brother during a heated argument in Cummins Street charged with murder. 4 persons charged with the murder of Harish Singh. Ministry of Education appeals to parents to support their children during NGSA. In the region, Mexico decriminalizes recreational marijuana, and internationally, thousands stranded in Bangladesh before sweeping COVID lockdown. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A man was charged today for the murder of his younger sibling last Friday in Cummins Street, Georgetown, during a heated argument. Here is more from Esther Sobers.
27-year-old Quincy Chase, a security guard of 34 Norton Street, Working-Ross, Georgetown, appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Courts today, charged with murder. Quincy is accused of fatally stabbing his younger brother on Friday, June 25th. He was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge that alleged he murdered his brother, 24-year-old Paul Anthony Chase, on June 25, 2021, on Cummings Street in Border. He was remanded to prison until July 22nd, when he will make another appearance at the Georgetown Magistrates Courts. Facts presented by the court prosecutor stated that on the day in question, both siblings visited their mother to have breakfast at around 7:15 hours. The mother questioned Quincy about the burn spot on the mattress. He became annoyed and started shouting at his mother. He then struck his mother in the left eye with a cuff, injuring her. Upon seeing this, Paul began arguing with his brother. Quincy pulled out a knife and then dealt his brother 2 stabs, one to his chest and the other to his neck. Paul was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. On Tuesday, the 3 GCOM officials entangled in a controversy regarding the March 2020 national elections were each released on $100,000 bail after being slapped with 2 more charges. Charged are Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield, Deputy Chief Elections Officer Roxanne Myers, and Region 4 Returning Officer Clement Mingo. They appeared before Principal Magistrate Shirley Isaacs Marcus in the Georgetown Magistrates Court. They were not required to plead to the charges, which allege that they made false declarations of votes cast in the March 2020 general and regional elections. The charges stated that Lowenfield, Mingo, and Myers between March 2nd and August 2nd, 2020 in Georgetown conspired with others to defraud the electors of Guyana by declaring a false account of votes cast for the regional elections of March 2nd, 2020, general and regional elections. They will return to court on September 14th. The trio is being represented by attorneys at law Nigel Hughes and Dexter Todd. 4 persons were charged today with the murder committed on Harish Singh on September 9, 2020 at No. 3 Village, West Coast, Berbice. Those charged are Philip Anderson, called Ratman, age 29, of Lot 25, No. 3 Village, West Coast, Berbice. Joel Gittins, called Bolo, age 27, of Django Town, East Coast, Demerara. Gladstone Henry, called Gladwin Henry, also known as Soldier Man, age 27, of No. 3 Village, West Coast, Berbice, and Charles Scott, called Bocco, age 21, of Lot 29 Jarvis Street, Rosignol, Berbice. The charge was read to the accused persons by Magistrate Peter Hughes at Fort Wellington Magistrates Court virtually. They were not required to plead and they were remanded to prison. The case has been scheduled for July 12, 2021 and transferred to Blairmont Magistrates Court. A cave-in at Blackwater Mining Dam in Region 7 has killed 1. Esther Sobers has that story.
On Monday around 4:30 p.m., a mining dam caved-in at the Blackwater Back Dam, Cayuni River, killing a miner. The dead man has been identified as 21-year-old, whose name was only given as Vibes of 4 Miles, Port Kaitumo. Inquiries revealed that the victim was one of 5 workers jetting into the mining pit when the dam holding the slush broke from the tail end, causing the slush to run down. An alarm was raised by the victim's co-worker and friend Elroy Smith, resulting in the victim pinching the hose and running away. However, the slush caught and covered him. The co-workers soon after dug him out and brought him to a higher ground as he laid motionless. The victim was transported to the Bartica Hospital, where he was pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. A wound was seen on his left right hand. The body is currently in the hospital mortuary awaiting a post-mortem. An investigation is currently underway. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away after the break. Ministry of Education appealing to parents to support their children during the NGSA, and Minister of Home Affairs, the government's decision to end visa-free travel for Haitians coming to Ghana is not a ban.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop price smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Are you looking for men's suits for that wedding, prom, or special party? Or maybe you need to update your wardrobe with a modern fit or a new color for work? Search no more, because John Lewis Styles is the perfect men's suit store. Come see us on Waterloo Street, and our friendly staff will help you choose the perfect size, color, and fit. Complement that suit with a stunning shirt and tie, matching bow tie and suspenders, cufflinks, or even a pair of shiny dress shoes. You will love the way you look. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Tastes so good. It's gotta be made with Alabama Baker wheat flour. Produced from quality soft winter wheat and quality enzymes to give a superior product that's guaranteed to be luscious, delightful to taste, and stays fresher longer. Alabama Baker wheat flour is perfect for breads, roti, puri, pastries, chow mein, pastas, and many other delights. Imported and distributed by Alabama Trading. 6566 Robb Street, Borda, and 23 Lombard Street. Telephone 225-5800.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education is appealing to parents to support their children during this year's NGSA. More from Esther Sobers.
The National Grade 6 assessment is scheduled for August 4th and 5th, 2021. The first mock exams were written on June 9th and 10th. Even though schools have been closed since the deadly COVID-19 outbreak in March 2020, students and teachers have had to quickly adjust to online methods of teaching, which have numerous drawbacks. In a survey conducted by the Ministry of Education in May 2021 of grade 6 teachers, more than 50% of them said they received inadequate support from the parents of their students. Teachers believe that some of the students' underachievement in mathematics and social studies is primarily due to the lack of parental involvement.
I've been teaching for the past 5 years, and as compared to this season, this pandemic season with the COVID-19, I realized that a lot of the children now, they're not working towards as if they have a goal to achieve. And I believe in order to fix that particular area, I believe we need to create more competitive classroom setting so the children would work to strive to achieve some sort of goal. I also find that they're not putting their shoulder to the wheel. Children, when class finishes, online classes and so on, it's they're not going and put the extra work in and burning the midnight oil. So I think as parents also, being home with the children, we need to ensure it's very important, imperative that we ensure that they pick up their books and we question them in particular, because we need to ensure that they're learning something. So those are some of the few issues that I've noticed with the children, in particular the grade 6 children.
The Ministry of Education has noted that with the second mock exam to be written in less than 2 weeks, the examination machinery for the National Grade 6 assessment is in full swing. The ministry in a release appealed for parents to support their children during this process. Parental reports, it remarked, may include, but not limited to, ensuring that pupils attend all classes organized by the school, supervision of pupils during virtual classes so that they can actively engage, demonstration of a positive attitude about their children's education, checking on the assignments, homework, worksheet, and projects completed or to be completed by the pupils, the expression of high expectations and standards of children's learning, attendance of parent-teacher conferences or meetings to discuss the children's progress, and ensuring that all topics in the consolidated curriculum are completed before the exams. The Ministry of Education is also calling on parents to be more involved, adding, quote, "Please help us to help our children," end quote. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, during a COVID update today said 47.8% of the adult population have received their first dose of the vaccine, while 22.1% of the adult population have received their second dose of the jab.
We have seen a slight improvement in the numbers in Linden. We would like to see those numbers go up, and we have to continue to work with community leaders in Linden to make sure that there's a better understanding and appreciation of how vaccines work.
Minister Anthony said the ministry is continuing its awareness campaign throughout Guyana.
The professionals that we have on the ground has been working to make sure and to get people to understand the importance of vaccination. So apart from us now having fixed sites in the different regions, what we have started to do, we have started to do some house-to-house, going to the various communities, walking from house to house, talking to people, and encouraging them to get vaccines. We have also, on those outreaches, have vaccination teams that would be mobile so that as they go through the house-to-house exercise, if there are people who would like to get their vaccines, that they would be able to get it right there.
While there are concerns that there is a delay in the second dose of Sputnik and the duration time is soon approaching for some persons, the minister said,
"We are committed as a government of Guyana to give both doses. And we are working with the suppliers to make sure that we can get those second doses in. And as soon as we get them, we will distribute them across the region so that people who are waiting for their second doses can get their second doses. In the meantime, we also have the AstraZeneca vaccine. We are giving these out at all our sites, first and second dose. So if you haven't taken any vaccine and you would like to get the AstraZeneca vaccine, then you should come to one of our sites and you would be able to get that. We are also recommencing the giving out Sinopharm vaccines. And again, we have both doses that are available, so those who still need to get their second dose can get that. And we are now going to start doing the first dose of the Sinopharm. So there's no excuse why people shouldn't come out and get their vaccine. Vaccines are available, and we need people to come out and start the process so that they can be properly protected.
Minister of Home Affairs Rupert Ben said the government's decision to end visa-free travel for Haitians coming to Ghana is not a ban, but an effort to eliminate human trafficking and smuggling. Here's more. Minister of Home Affairs Robertson Ben says the decision by the government to quash visa-free travel for Haitians is not a ban, but rather an effort to eliminate human trafficking and smuggling here. Minister Ben said the government decided because Haitians and other nationals have been using Ghana as a transit point to illegally migrate to other countries. He explained that many Haitians use the Lethem Trail to access Brazil and other parts of South America and Central America. Government has to ensure that persons entering Ghana are doing so to the benefit of the country.
We want people to come here and work with us to help develop the country, to regenerate, reinvigorate our cultural and ethnic mix. But we cannot be doing, having people come into the country, leaving almost immediately, and creating problems in terms of the administration, law and order, creating issues in communities in some cases, which changes the character and the engagement in the communities as they go through.
Consequently, Minister Ben said the government is bound by the agreements it made with the International Organizations for Migration, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and other international bodies on taking a stance against human trafficking and smuggling.
So we have to take the responsible position as a country to deal with this matter. We cannot ethically and morally be involved in the trafficking and smuggling of people in the 21st century. And of any race, we cannot be involved in it and the levels to which it is happening. And so that is why we have taken the responsible position. We have signed up the international agreements with the International Organization on Migration. We have signed up with agreements with the United Nations Commission on Human Relations, UNHCR actually. And I've had regular meetings with them recently where we laid out our position. And I think that they understand that we're taking the responsible position on this matter.
Just last week, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal said the administration's actions were necessary to prevent possible sanctions for enabling an environment for trafficking in persons. The AG said between 2015 and 2021, though 42,100 Haitians legally entered Ghana, only 3,913 legally departed, resulting in no immigration accounts for 38,187 people. He also relayed that Ghana is not alone in imposing this requirement, noting that CARICOM countries Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia, Belize, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Dominica have done the same. On June 22nd, President Irfan Ali revoked Immigration Orders 2019 signed by former President David Granger, which granted Haitians visa-free travel to Guyana. For Headline News Update, Bibi Bacchus. Don't go away after the break. Mexico decriminalizes recreational marijuana and thousands stranded in Bangladesh before sweeping COVID lockdown. But before that, here's the Demerara Harbour Bridge retraction schedule.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
For decades, milk has remained the same. Until now. Introducing the Great Dairy Full Cream Milk from Alabama Trading. Enriched with vitamins A to D and calcium to promote healthy teeth, strong bones, and vitality. Great Dairy Milk is delicious and fortified to encourage healthy cell growth within the body. No wonder it's the #1 brand of milk produced in Ireland. Now available nationwide in 400-gram packages at leading supermarkets and wholesale vendors. Distributed by Alabama Trading.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop Through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop Price Smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Are you looking for men's suits for that wedding, prom, or special party? Or maybe you need to update your wardrobe with a modern fit or a new color for work? Search no more, because John Lewis Styles is the perfect men's suit store. Come see us on Waterloo Street, and our friendly staff will help you choose the perfect size, color, and fit. Complement that suit with a stunning shirt and tie, matching bow tie and suspenders, cufflinks, or even a pair of shiny dress shoes. You will love the way you look. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Mexico's top court has decriminalized the use of recreational marijuana. The country's Senate and Congress will now have to enact laws regarding its use. Al Jazeera's John Holman reports.
On Monday, Mexico's Supreme Court decriminalized cannabis use.
Today is a historic day for freedom. After a long road, the Supreme Court recognizes the right to the recreational use of marijuana.
But although lighting up is now not illegal, it's not exactly legal either.
There is still a grey area because there is no legislation. The Supreme Court does not legislate. They are only crossing out unconstitutional articles.
In other words, the Supreme Court can only decriminalize pot. They can't come up with laws to regulate its use. That's a job for the Senate and Congress, and one they've been trying to do for the last couple of years, shuttling legislation back and forth between them that would set rules for consuming, growing and selling. But they've never quite got it approved. The Supreme Court's decision will push them to get on with that. Now it's up to Mexico's politicians, both here in the Senate and also in the House of Congress, to finally get the legislation done to regulate this new market and make sure that it's a responsible one rather than dissolving into chaos. At the moment, the Supreme Court decision only allows marijuana use, and with a permit. A whole lot more needs to be decided. How would a market to sell pot work? How to balance corporations and Mexican farmers? The politicians are still pondering those questions, but this is a step forward. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
Even the race to develop clean energy is not free of environmental risks. Governments and companies need to walk the tricky line between getting the materials they need to create alternative energy technologies without causing more damage, Al Jazeera's Rob Reynolds reports.
This is the Great Basin of Nevada. In the 19th and 20th centuries, prospectors searched this spectacular land for silver and gold. Now, in the 21st century, the world wants another precious mineral found here: lithium. This outcrop is the tip of a huge underground deposit of lithium, which is essential to the clean energy revolution. It's the key ingredient in lithium-ion batteries used in electric cars and trucks, and it stores the electricity spun out by wind turbines and solar panels. President Joe Biden wants U.S. industry to make more lithium batteries.
The real question is whether we'll lead or we'll fall behind in the race to the future, or whether we'll build these vehicles and the batteries that go in them here in the United States rely on other countries.
An Australian company called Ioneer seeks permission for a vast open-pit mine in this area to extract $9 billion worth of lithium on public land. But a small and irreplaceable local resident appears to have stopped the project in its tracks.
Well, this is the home of Teams buckwheat, one of the most rare plants in North America. And here's a really nice one that's flowering right now. It's got pretty abundant flowers on these flower heads. And
this plant grows only here?
Only here on 10 acres in this area surrounding us. It's about the size of 4 football fields.
And it can't grow anywhere else?
It appears to not be able to grow anywhere else on Earth, but right in these soils right here.
Environmentalists say the mine would destroy the species.
This mine is a pathway to extinction for Teams buckwheat.
They went to court, and on June 3rd, they won a victory. A government agency declared Teams buckwheat eligible for endangered species status, which, if confirmed, would effectively block the mine. Ioneer agreed to an interview with Al Jazeera, but backed out at the last moment. In a statement, it said, Ioneer remains strongly committed to the protection of Teams buckwheat, maintaining that the lithium operation can still go ahead without killing off the species. But here's the problem. The world needs lots of affordable lithium to help phase out fossil fuels. A rapidly warming world threatens all living things, animals, people, and plants, including, that's right, Teams buckwheat.
It's a dilemma for the Biden administration: how to obtain the materials needed to create clean energy and stave off global warming without destroying irreplaceable ecosystems like this one.
Environmentalists say a better organized approach is the answer.
And what we're encouraging the Biden administration to do is a national level plan.
For now, the lucky little buckwheat will survive. But there will be more battles ahead and more hard choices to be made on the road to a clean energy future for the planet. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Esmeralda County, Nevada.
Internationally, in Bangladesh, the highly contagious Delta variant has led to a record number of infections and deaths. To control the outbreak, the government is imposing a nationwide lockdown from Thursday. Al Jazeera's Tanveer Chowdhury reports.
Many have come to this ferry terminal eager to leave Bangladesh's capital. They want to return to their home villages before a new coronavirus lockdown takes effect on Thursday. With the public intercity transportation already suspended, some have squeezed into auto rickshaws, hopped onto motorbikes, and even hired ambulances to take them home. Khadija Begum and her family members, like many others here, are stranded next to highway, unable to find any transport.
We've been waiting here for several hours, but can't find any transport. We live nearby, but had to walk all the way here. We came to visit our relatives, but now we're not sure how we'll get back to Madripoor.
The ferries were packed with hundreds of people, ignoring health and safety protocols. Tens of thousands of people crossed into south and southwestern Bangladesh through this ferry terminal 40-mile outskirts of Dhaka. It's known as Shimulia Terminal. Now, there are many other terminals where people are still crossing. Many who are leaving the capital are migrant workers and daily wage earners. They can't stay in the city during the lockdown because they have no way of making a living.
We are leaving because everything is shutting down here and there's hardly any work. I have a family. It's much cheaper to manage ourselves in the village than in Dhaka, which is why we took the decision.
Health authorities fear that overcrowding in ferry terminals could worsen the spread of the virus.
We came to Dhaka with a patient to consult with a doctor here. Now, since everything is shutting down here, we decided to rush back home with many difficulties.
Hospitals across Bangladesh are being overwhelmed with new COVID-19 cases, and the daily deaths have more than doubled. Health experts are alarmed by the surge in infections.
It is spread now all over the country. More than 50 districts are in danger, more than 10% infectivity all over the country, and some of the 20 districts are having 20 plus infection rate in the country, and it is coming back to Dhaka also. It is increasing in Dhaka. So overall situation is alarming.
The government has deployed the army along with border guards and other security forces to enforce a strict shutdown in phases starting on Monday. Many health officials have been critical of its recent handling of the pandemic, which has been fueled by the Delta variant. Now they worry the situation could get worse if the new measures are not properly enforced. Tanvir Chaudhary, Al Jazeera, Mawa, Bangladesh.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. That is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, stay safe and take care.